Hello, everybody. It is myself in comics here with another indie interview for you. Today, we are going to be going over Bigfoot Knows Karate, chapters 1 through 3. Woohoo! Oh, is that a black and white cover?
It is. It is. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh. I'll show you guys later for
Oh,
sure.
that's
Actually, let's go ahead and peep that now.
Ooh.
That started as a piece of fan art, and
No
he
way.
he mailed it to my co-writer on the book, Dan, and Dan said, "You can't just give this to us. This is too good. Um, Let us pay you for it, and then we will use it for the cover." And since um, that unexpected piece of fan art from somebody who had only seen, he hadn't read the book yet. He'd only seen like illustrations on Instagram. But since then, I did this book with him, which is a side story um, called Bigfoot Knows Karate Hinnagon. And everything, it, Dan usually does the art, and I wanted, um, my artist on this, Adam Caswell, he was chomping at the bit to do more than just a pinup cover. And so we're like, okay, like, dude, if you're gonna, keep talking about you want to do a whole book, I'm gonna write you some stuff and see what you can do. So in between each book now, we're trying to do a standalone story, and
Ooh.
so that was the issue with him. It was really fun to do, but yeah, it started off as a cover artist. He sent this in, and we were just like, "Holy cow, this is fantastic!" So,
It is. It's very detailed.
oh yeah, he is a menace with a micro pen.
Hello, Colin. Welcome. And I see your comment, Wiley. A good thing I do because usually after a while that comment just goes away on its own. But happy they're going to see the replay. Welcome, welcome. And welcome anybody who's here or lurking. It's probably me. I'm the lurker because as soon as I share this screen, I will not be able to see the comments on StreamYard, so I have to go to my phone. Great cover art, Colin says. Yay.
Oh, awesome, awesome, thank you.
Yes. I'm going to see if I can share occasionally from time to time. All right, so we have the Kickstarter Bigfoot Knows Karate, chapter 1 through 3. Is it okay to play the video?
Absolutely, yeah. Play that video, and we'll talk about a little bit about the book, if and kind of fill you guys in on everything.
Awesome, awesome. Percent.
Is the video playing now?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
you're
just
good.
realized I didn't hear the video.
I was I was wondering if it was playing. I didn't want to say anything and interrupt.
No, you're good. I luckily for me, I don't mind interruptions, and I get interrupted all the time.
Awesome.
Ha ha ha. All right, so now we're gonna do this for reals.
All right, and if I talk, will it play over the video? I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
don't
Cool.
mind if
Cool.
you do. Nobody here does.
Awesome.
Dang it, Colin. No, you. Gosh dang it. Leave me alone. This is bullying.
Yeah, we're now with Homebrew Comics.
Yes.
Just great.
Love Chris.
Yeah, Chris is great.
Is he
Right,
going to
so
eat the bunny?
no. The bunny has been a fixture since issue 1. Um, yeah, we love the bunny. The bunny's good. Bunny's nice. The bunny is safe. Um, so
I was going to say
we're not
pure
gonna have any.
protein.
Oh my gosh, if something happened to that goddamn, can I? What's language?
I am not monetized, so I will not be affected.
Okay. If something happened to that goddamn bunny, good. My wife would murder me. Uh, she's rooting for the bunny, so yeah, the bunny is safe. Um, and also, like, I don't like storytelling that relies on like hurting like a non like a dog or no, miss me with
Animals
no.
in
I don't want
general.
that. Yes, and because of like still haven't my wife still hasn't seen the John Wick movie because of that. Like we
Oh.
oh my gosh, we
Well, in the
if we're
fourth one, the pit bull
oh
is
gosh.
safe. Or was that the third one? It was one of those.
I've only seen the first, so I would not be able to tell you, but oh my gosh, we have to look up like doesthedogdie.com and find
Is
out
that
if
a
the
real
dog
website?
it totally is.
I'm
So
searching it up right
if
now.
you're
I
ever
am
sketch
proving
about
that.
something, look up doesthedogdie.com and it'll kind of give you a rundown of like what you're looking for.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
um, so yeah, a lot of movies lately in TV shows that we've quit midway through because she was like, if they kill that dog, I'm gonna lose it. I'm like, okay.
And goodness
Um,
forbid it's an animation form where they're like, they are able to do it more, what's it
oh,
called?
like graphically?
Extravagant?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
No
so you're like,
bueno.
ah! And then for video games, as soon as I'm like, oh my god, there's a tiger. Wait, I have to hurt the tiger, but I don't want to hurt the tiger. A tiger's attacking me, but I don't want to hurt the tiger.
Go through the video game on Gandhi mode and just not hurt anything.
And yet
So,
that's the what's it called? That's the mission. Sorry, you got to kill these tigers. You got to kill these
oh yeah,
wolves. You got to.
yeah,
I'm like, why? You'll never say you got to kill the panda. Why do I
yeah,
got to
yeah.
kill the other animals? Biased.
So yeah. We got that was the trailer for the new comic. It's issue 3. We have 5 issues total that we're doing. So
Ooh,
yeah, and then in addition to the 5 issues, we also have the our standalone stories that they're kind of going to go in between, and it's just a fun way to keep basically to have stories with this character while Dan, who does a lot. I mean, he does the art, he co-writes with me, and he letters everything. His background is in design, and he works. He actually is the design person for a magazine, so he knows what he's doing.
ooh.
And
Praise be to Dan. We
oh
have the
yeah,
Dan relation. He'll do everything for you.
Dan is the man. Dan is awesome.
Dan's a
Um,
man.
he is, and but in between we'll do these little one-off comics, and it's a fun way to get our friends involved, like like Adam Caswell, uh, and also it's just a fun way because our character in the story, Bigfoot, you know, he who knows karate, um, he's timeless. He exists, from the dawn of time. So if we want a Bigfoot story, he can be there. So yeah, we're just having fun with it and having fun with the concept. It's
Nice.
it's essentially a lonesome Bigfoot warrior who has dropped out of everything. He does not want to be involved with any battles. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He just wants to live in peace and harmony with nature, and he's almost there. He's almost there, and then something pulls him back. And in issue 1, that something that pulls him back is, hold on, let me get to it, because he's awesome. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Um, I've ever come up with, and his name is Kung Fu Thulu.
Oh,
So, yeah, Kung Fu Thulu is the beast. And so in issue 1, that's the adversary. They have a big knockdown drag out. And what I've really enjoyed about this series, about writing this series, is the name, you see the name and you're like, oh, Bigfoot Knows Karate. That's obviously about a Bigfoot that knows karate, but it's so much more. And we're really trying to tell. It's not just a slobber knocker. I want to tell a good story. I want to make this guy go through a journey. And one thing on the shirt, I don't know if you could see, he's all cut up right there. That was a rule that we set early on in the storytelling process. If he gets smacked, he's gonna feel it. And so as it was one of those things that made it more real for me. And also, like, it always annoyed me when you're reading like the Hulk or Spider-Man or something, and somebody just clocks the Hulk and he gets right back up. I mean, he is, a radioactive man. However, if you get hit, it's going to hurt. We wanted a device in the book that would kind of show like, oh, this isn't just like this isn't just some like superhero book. This is a there are consequences to his actions, and it's been really fun to play with that in the story. Um, Dan won't let me get too crazy because Dan Dan has a plan, and it's fun. Can I tell you about how this started?
of course. And let me
Okay,
know the origin.
absolutely. So, um, I run a group called the Comic Jam, and the Comic Jam every week we do one-page comics. We get writers and artists to vote on a topic. And everybody kind of throws their ideas into a hat. They vote, and whoever wins or whatever topic wins, the writers have to go and they get a week, 1 week, to write a 6-panel, one-page script about the topic, right?
Mhm.
Um, if you've never written a comic before, you try your hand at it and you can go, okay, well, I've written my first comic script. And then I pair those scripts up with artists. And those artists get, 3, 4 weeks to do the comic, to illustrate the comic. And then we have letters that come in and they do their job. And then we post it on our website. It's a Medium site. It's the Comic Jam on the Medium. And we're on, oh my gosh, X. We're
I was gonna
on,
say, is that Wonder Woman or is that
oh
Wakanda Forever?
God. No, it's a tragedy that is Twitter now. And
Oh, that's
we're,
right. I still call it
yeah,
Twitter. I forget
yeah,
X.
yeah. And yeah, it'll always be Twitter in my heart. Um, and we're on Blue Sky and Instagram and all those other fun things. So look us up
Gosh
if you
dang
want
it!
to
I should
check
have
us
asked for
out.
all of those socials
That's
beforehand.
fine. That's fine.
We'll add it
And
later.
but yeah. Anyway, Dan was one of the artists in the group, and we had a Steve Ditko tribute, and I wrote a script for him, and he illustrated it. And we had such a good time working together. We kind of exchanged information, and I kept seeing him post this Bigfoot character doing like Tai Chi in the sunset, and I was like, Dan, you got to do something with this guy. This looks cool. It looks really cool. And finally, he came up to me and was like, I think I got something. I said, I will edit for you. Let me know what you need. And then he came back a week later and was like, maybe you can help me write it. And of course, I was gonna, yeah, of course. I like Dan. I thought the character looked cool, and I said, well, what ideas do you have? And he came back with a flippin' Bible, and this is the Bigfoot character. This is his, This is what he needs. This is what he wants. This is what happens to him. And I came in and kind of I had to give him an adversary in the first issue, um, and we came up with Kung Fu Thulu, and then we kind of fleshed out here and there and kind of made it a more like thorough story. And soon enough, we have issue one, and it funded on Kickstarter within a few minutes. It was great. Um, it's fantastic book. And then we now we're on our third one, and it's already completely funded. It's almost double funded. So there's going to be some fun little goodies when we're done with that. But yeah, it's all about finding your tribe and making stuff with them, and that's the joy of indie comics for me, and that's kind of what the Comic Jam is all about. So,
You just want to make me cry with that story. That's what it is.
but yeah, I love the jam, and I love Bigfoot Knows Karate. I love what we're able to do here, and I think that we're telling something. We're doing something that's a little bit different, and we've been able to kind of keep things going, and it's been a blast. It really has been.
Hmm.
So in the first issue, he fights Kung Fu Thulu, and then at the end of the issue, you know, you think it's a big slobber knocker, and it is. Oh my gosh, there's so much fight in the story. But at the end of the issue, this shadowy organization comes in and not only whisks Benny away, but they also whisk this, you know, uh, stories tall monster, Kung Fu Thulu, away. And at that point, we realize, oh, this story is a little bit deeper. And issue two takes place where they whisk both Benny and Kung Fu Thulu too, and Benny has to escape. And then now issue three, Benny is on the run, and he has a companion with him, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. He is an amnesiac. He doesn't know what's. He has no idea who these people are or what they want, and flashes of memory start coming to him. And so issue three is all about Benny kind of figuring out who he is. And also, there's a ton of fight. Oh my gosh. That's one thing that we wanted to kind of maintain is, it's, yeah, you know, karate is in the name. We have
Yeah.
to have them fight. We can't have, Bigfoot goes to a nice coffee house and flirts with a waitress and listens to cool indie pop. Like, no,
I will read
that's
that if it exists.
I would totally read that. I mean, that was me for a few years. Um, but now it's Bigfoot knows karate, and oh my gosh, he knows so much karate, this motherfucker.
Does
So,
Cthulhu also know karate, or is it different martial arts?
oh, he's Kung Fu Thulu. So,
I'm an idiot. I was
no,
right.
no, 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 no. Kung Fu, it kind of sneaks up on you. Kung Fu Thulu, absolutely. He's a badass. He is the best at doing kung fu, and we're gonna see a little bit more of him in the future. And
Nice.
oh my God, he's such a fun character to write because he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
Um, it,
We love
it's
characters.
yeah. Uh, While we write these characters, like Dan has a really like a good like innate ability to give them like the voice that they need. And I was we were really button heads in issue one with how Kung Fu Thulu was going to talk, And to me, I was like, oh, well, he lives underwater, so he's gonna sound like he's gonna sound weird when he's on land, right?
It's gonna be all
And I
gurgles, like.
exactly, exactly. And then I wrote like 5 pages of it, and I said, this sucks ass. I cannot do this because actually, I wrote 5 pages of it. Dan said, and I said, yeah, you're right. This does suck ass. And that's being able to have those conversations and go like, maybe we don't need to go into this direction or whatever. Being able to like openly talk about stuff like that and not feel like you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings or you know go out of line, but also being open to go, I might be wrong, but I'm gonna give you my take, and then we'll bounce back and forth, and we either meet in between, and somewhere in the middle, or you know we we figure out like, oh yeah, maybe we need to rethink this because you're starting to make a little bit of sense here. Starting to make sense. Um, Nobody wants to make a bad book, and I trust Dan implicitly. So it's rare that we have something we're like, no, we're like digging our heels in. But when it happens, honestly, it's kind of fun because it you get so much story out of going like, well, this is why this needs to happen, and it needs to happen this way because, and then all the pieces start falling into place, and you're just like, there it is. There's the next issue right there, and
Nice.
just having somebody to toss the ball back and forth with, but also like butt heads with, not in an aggressive way, but like you know
In a friendly way, in a rivalry
in a
way,
friendly
something
way,
like
yeah, absolutely, like getting, and it can only happen because I trust the shit out of them. I would be probably too timid to go at some stuff with other creators I've worked with, but with Dan, like I feel super comfortable, and also like I know like this is you know this is the book that we're gonna do, and none of us want to make a shitty book.
that.
So,
Right.
but yeah, working with Dan's been a blast.
Yay. Oh, also, I totally forgot. I have to mention, um, some slight possible miscommunication.
Oh goodness.
So Casey Allen is the co-writer for Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Yeah.
Uh, I wrote artist by accidente.
Yeah. If
I'm
y'all
just
have
a
any art
girl.
questions, I'll answer them, but I won't know what the hell I'm talking about.
But that's how you do it correctly. Just be confident about it. You're already doing good.
So yeah. We yeah, it's so fun watching Dan illustrate because he does everything on a flat screen with his finger. I've never seen anybody draw digitally with just their finger.
Like they're like literally just a
It's like,
finger.
yeah. And
What?
he knows what he's doing though. So I guess if you know what you're doing, I mean, you know, you could do it however the hell you want. Yeah, Dan is fantastic. He's out in Austin. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. We actually got to hang out for the first time last year at a convention in Austin called Staple. It's for indie comics,
Mhm.
and had a blast hanging out with him and getting to meet his family. And yeah, it's just uh, seeing all the folks in Austin that knew Dan, and you could tell there was like a little bit of, they're like, this guy's legit. And I was like, oh shit, his reputation has preceded him. So it was kind of fun seeing people come up, and in real life and go like, I love the book. This is awesome. I can't wait to read the next issue. And it's just like, shit, I just did this on my phone. Like, I wrote all this on my phone. I never, in the back of my mind, I know there's people reading it. We have backers and stuff, but never occurred to me that they existed in the real world. No, like, no, that's completely wrong. I knew they existed in the real world, but it was like it was so different
Experience?
seeing them out in
The
out in the
wild.
world. Yeah, yeah,
In real
and
life, having the experience. Oh my gosh, you're here. You're you. You're
exact.
alive.
Yeah, yeah, and there wasn't like fanfare or anything like that, but they were jazzed about the book, and also it's humbling because you're like, oh shit, you bought the shit of our book, so thank you. It's crazy, and it makes you just kind of want to double down and go like, oh, I have to do the best freaking job ever on this because I don't want to let these people down. And I think that we have been able to uphold that. Issue 3 is such a banger. I cannot wait for y'all to see it. Um, One fun thing that we've been doing, he's a Bigfoot. Obviously, it's going to be hard to have him fight a guy named Kung Fu Thulu in issue 1, and then I don't know, have him fight a sales rep from Peoria or something, and then like no, no, he has to fight other badasses. But we also didn't want it to be like, a wrestling comic or something where Kung Fu Thulu fights the Mothman who also does Tai Chi and trust me, it's a useless martial art if you're fighting a guy who's doing karate. We didn't want that. Any Tai Chi practitioners, by the way, I'm sorry. Um,
It is good for you, though. Good for
it's
your
good. It's
breathing.
good. Exactly. But you're not going to go to battle with it. Um, but yeah, we didn't want it to be like each monster or whatever that he has to fight also is a master of a particular martial art. That sounded lame. Um,
Yeah.
but we wanted to have people that are monsters that were equally scary. If a big 10-foot tall Bigfoot comes charging at you, you're gonna get the hell out of the way. So we want
I hope I
other.
ran fast enough if that does happen.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm curling up. Um, but yeah. So issue 2, he fights um like a bull man. Oh gosh, his name's
Did you say a
Astrid.
bowl man?
A bull man.
Oh,
My brain
bull.
is shot. I've been
Bull.
yes, like the Minotaur. Yeah,
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
I've been up since 4. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, yeah, he fights a Minotaur and among a few other guys.
Mhm.
Issue 3, I don't really
Oops.
want to give away too much, but we saw the fire dogs.
Mhm.
Um, so those are or the hellhounds rather. Those are kind of a big. They play a larger part in the story as we progress. And then that's Thermonucleodon. Um,
Oh,
he was a fun character to write.
so I'm guessing it has something to do with thermo or and nuclear stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Thermonucleodon. We wanted to because we were going through like all these mythological characters and like in the backstory, behind all of this, um, which there is a point to all of these like creatures. Um, but Thermonucleodon is kind of a freak, and also there is the Chupacabra with a shotgun, who is the little guy down there, and he's going to play a part in the story. Chupacabra with the shotgun and Thermonucleodon are kind of the freaks of the group because they're man-made. Like they're not, you know,
Ah.
they don't exist like a minotaur does because Zeus got horny and decided to, you know, get freaky. Um, you know, it's one of those things like thermonucleodon came from like the nuclear testing in the desert, and Chupacabra with a shotgun. We have a story for him, but that's going to be for another day.
I have a
But it's
question. Is
yes, ma'am.
thermonucleodon, that's not an actual name, right? That doesn't actually like exist in like stories and mythology, or did you guys come
You've
up with that
never heard the
name?
story of thermonucleodon?
No.
No. It's completely made up.
Okay.
And you could thank Dan Price for that. Dan Price came up with the name for that. And also, um, in the script for Chupacabra with a shotgun, I shortened everything to CWS. And
Mm.
CWS is the shortened form of our comic printer, Comics Wellspring. And it kept throwing Dan off when he was reading the scripts. So I had to kind of go back in and change everything. So I can't abbreviate his name anymore. So um,
Aw,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, I
But
also have a question. So some of the
absolutely,
books that you showed, they were in
yeah,
black and white, but the ones we have, 1 through 3, are in color. Is there a reason
absolutely.
for that?
We wanted to so the Hinagon, which is the that's the only black and white book for now that we have. But Thermonucleodon takes place in feudal Japan. So here's a back cover of that, by the way, and that is
Ooh.
badass. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's
I just realized
fantastic.
he's supposed to be like Godzilla, isn't he?
Who?
Thermonucleodon.
He kind of. If you look closer on the details, which here's a thermonucleodon cover for issue
Oh,
2. You see all those nuclear warheads poking out of his back.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's a little has a little bit more firepower than Godzilla, but
literally.
yeah, exactly. So it's a ton of fun with that guy. But yeah, our standalone comics like Hinagon are completely in black and white,
Mhm.
and that was to kind of differentiate them from the ongoing series, but also like just look at this artwork. Like
I
I wanted
know.
to
So detailed. So good.
I wanted to find a way to we wanted Adam's artwork to just kind of shine, and we didn't want to throw on layer and layer of color to muddy it up. So we just said, let's do it in black and white. Shit looks good. So, and the funny thing about Adam is he likes to hide stuff
Like Easter
in the
eggs.
illustration. Yeah, exactly. So there's all a ton of Easter eggs in there. There's in every page there's a bunny because he really likes the bunny from issue 1. And there's a bunch of other little tiny details that he puts in there. So it's fun. But yeah, so that is that's why they're in black and white for the side stories.
Nice.
And
I am liking the interior art very much.
awesome, thank you. Yeah. And like Dan's work on the actual series is just phenomenal. I love the style that he chose for this book because it's I don't know that especially in at the beginning of issue 1 it's so like bucolic and I hate to say it, but it's pretty. And
Yeah,
then the shit
I
hits the
love
fan.
it.
So, um, but yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that. And then once this campaign is over with, we have a book in process that is called Bigfoot Knows Karate, God Killer. And
Already.
that, yeah, it's art like the script's done. Um, while Dan is doing the art for and everything for issue 4 on the regular series. I've already gotten my script done, and the artist right now is should be getting us thumbnails within the next few days for the next side issue or standalone story, which will be 24 pages. But yeah, that's for another campaign. This campaign right now, I think we topped out. It's either 38 or 40 pages. And if you guys get the deluxe edition, um, in each issue of Bigfoot Knows Karate, you'll have an opportunity to get like the regular edition, which is just the story, but the deluxe edition comes with a bunch of fan art, um, and like Andy Bluer, who's a fantastic artist out of the UK, Jevin Loop, who also did that awesome, uh, thermonuclear cover,
Mhm.
Jerry Cooley, who has his own comics that he does, and he did this pinup for us. Louise Thomas, Draw, Erase, Repeat. That guy is a flippin' badass. Um, and oh, Dennis Valencia, who not only is probably one of the most talented artists that I get to say like hey bro, how you doing? But top tier dude, just all around fantastic guy. I have this piece right here hanging up in my hallway. Dan gave it to me as a gift after we did issue 1, and then this right here is some of Dan's sketches with the Bigfoot character. So yeah, each deluxe edition comes with like our fan art in there because we kept getting. So we have over like 150 pieces of fan art, I think, by this point, and it is an embarrassment of riches. And but it's like if they're gonna send us this fan art, we can't just like
Do nothing.
let it. Exactly, it has to be seen. Like it's just like Adam's piece that he sent us. We're like, this shit's going on a cover. Um,
It's a good cover.
so it absolutely is, and I've been so blown away not only by like the fan art that people send us, but also just the fact that people are like, I want to do something with this guy. This looks cool as shit. So it's always really cool to know that you're doing something that's sparking other people's imaginations. And I think, you know, I, my contribution to that is probably minimal, like if unless they're actively reading the book. But I mean, Dan drew this character, and immediately people were like, "Oh shit, that looks cool." So yeah, I love it. It's
We're doing it.
fantastic. Exactly.
All right. Let's take a look at the campaign rewards.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Chapter 3 editions. That's not the one I wanted to move. Oh, so I'm guessing this is cover A on the left, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
cover B on the right.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
believe cover B is draw, erase, repeat. Louise Thomas.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
and fantastic artist, super nice guy. We don't work with assholes. I mean,
Good.
that's a good rule of thumb. Like don't work with people that irritate you. Um, everybody who we've been lucky enough to kind of culminate around this book has just been a joy to work with.
Good. And let's keep it that way. We want to keep that.
Exactly.
Oh, these are deluxe
That
editions?
is exactly that. On the left, that is Ghost House. Um, and it's so small on my phone. I can't remember who did that one because it like my eyes are terrible.
The one on
And
the
the later
left?
it get on the right, Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
on the right. Does it say over here? Adam
Oh,
Caswell.
Adam Caswell. That absolutely, yeah, the guy that did the cover for issue one and then did the cover and interior art for Hinagon. Fantastic guy. He's out of Maine. I don't know what they're doing up in Maine, but apparently they're making really fantastic artists because Adam is an amazing dude. He is fantastic. And that Ghost House, follow him on Instagram. His work is delightful. Um, and
It's a cool
I
name
got
too.
yeah, absolutely. His wife does Litterbox Comics.
Oh,
Um, and I don't know if you've ever gotten to see that comic strip, but it's fantastic. It's it's basically stories about her kids, but they're cats,
let's
and
go. I got lots of people who would be interested in
they're
that because
they're
cats are like that anyway.
look up Litterbox Comics. It's fantastic. It's like stuff that I would not mind my kids reading, but it's also like, oh, this is actually funny. So, and it's rare. It's rare to find something like that where you're like, oh, this is good. Um,
Exactly.
and it tickles the funny bone, and also my kid could read it and be like, oh, this is awesome. This is rad. And Ghost House is in a league of his own in terms of just sheer artistic ability. He's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, why did I think this was a DVD?
Oh gosh, we're re-entering the stage of physical media. I've painstakingly taken pictures and narrated the entire book, and it is on. No, I'm joking. We're not doing
I
that. I don't know. Pay
was
me, and I'll do
confused
it
for a second.
for.
I was like, wow, cool.
I would
You want me to add it
absolutely
to the
do.
description?
I'll get in real quick. I'll do the ASMR version. Uh, in this panel, Bigfoot is chasing after his rabbit. See, like people want that.
Oh yeah,
I
I
should
who
just
is now making an ASMR channel. So I'm
oh
like, well, I gotta support.
like yeah, let's get it done. Bigfoot ASMR. Let's go, baby.
And then we have the digital version for $4 for
Yeah, I
chapter
mean,
3 specifically. Yeah. Mhm.
we want you to read the book. Four
Right.
bucks is a fair price for a digital comic. Um, check it out, and hopefully you like it. And also, I mean, I think we have an all digital tier where you can get all three of them. For
Oh,
yeah. So all
right.
four for 15, and
Wow.
that's yeah, $15. That's over like oh my gosh, that's so many pages of comics.
For
That's
like
over 100
30.
pages of comics.
Oh,
So
I would say like
for
30
for the
each
four
or something
books,
like that.
yeah. So yeah, it's fantastic deal for $15. Oh my gosh, sign me up. Um,
Sign me uppity up.
exactly. And we wanted to kind of keep it to where you can read the damn book. Like we want you to read the damn book.
Read it.
So um, yeah, the regular edition is 10, and I think shipping is added onto that later on or whatever. I'm not sure,
Oh, nice.
but $10. That's not bad for a 30 something 30
38.
38 page book. Yeah,
Ooh,
and it's yeah, it's well worth checking out, especially at that tier. Um, but we also have a bunch of other goodies. So
nice. Is this going to be on the bottom right, the HB logo?
I believe so. Yes.
I like the logo. I like the colors.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And Chris, I mean, we've been like Dan's been friends with Chris for a while. I think. I think they met at a Comic Con. Um, and I've just recently gotten to interact with him myself. I feel like such a the indie comics community is so huge, and for the longest it was just me making my little 6 panel comics, with my friends off of Reddit, and now we're doing these indie comics, and Chris is like such a badass. Like he and Dan both are just like like doing cool shit, and
Inspirational.
it absolutely is. I've learned, like speaking of inspiration, I've learned so much from Dan doing these books. Like I had a series before this, and admittedly, I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily, my artist did, and but he's in the UK and I'm in America, and it was hard to organize everything uh, and be not divorced. So that was kind of that my wife eventually said you can have one hobby, because at the time I was doing um,
Like five
the comp.
things.
Exact. I had a podcast,
Ooh.
Spoiler Country. Um, I got to interview a bunch of really cool folks. Uh, you know, not only comics folks, but TV and movie people. Um, and but eventually it was like, you get home from work, you do your interview, and then you go upstairs, and everybody's in bed. And not only that, but the people that you want to talk to kind of actively are upset at you because you don't get to talk to them. So yeah, yeah, you got to find a balance. Find your passion, but find
Exactly.
that balance.
Ah, stop moving. Yeah, there we go. And then we have the deluxe edition, the Caswell deluxe edition for $20. So it's chapter 3 deluxe. And then the Caswell cover square bowed? 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 Boud. No. Wait, does that spell
Found.
square? Am I crazy or is it the font just messing with me?
Oh my gosh.
Square.
Square bound.
It is square bound.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. Wait, bowed, not bound.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
I'm gonna have to tell. I'm gonna have to have Dan fix that. Holy
Oh, there is
smokes.
supposed to be an N. Oh,
I'll have to get it like, and kind of it's my fault because I was supposed to check it over. But yeah, square bound, and $20 for the Adam Caswell cover, which is fantastic. Um, it's I think Dan did the colors on that, and he had a blast doing it because we're wanting to kind of see what Adam can do, and oh my gosh, he delivered. He When we started with homebrewed comics, we decided that we were going to do some new covers for the homebrewed logo, and Adam has recently redid the cover for Hinagon, and I cannot wait to show you guys because it is fantastic. I was blown away by it. So
I feel the excitement. I'm feeling it. Nice. Nope. Oh, and then we have the homebrewed issue 0 catch up for $20. So it's Bigfoot Knows Karate, issue 3 physical edition, Critical 8 physical edition, and then the digital versions of those as well. And then of course name on the thank you page. Uh when I interviewed Chris, what was that, a week or two ago? He did say something like if he got funded and met a stretch goal, that it was going to be like a collab with you guys, comic book related.
yes, yeah, he's probably talking about issue 0, where we're going to get. So there are these coupons that we have been that are going out with the issues of the comic that we're putting out. And if you get all 3 coupons, um, you can send them in and get your issue 0. And in issue 0, there's going to be a new story from Bigfoot Knows Karate, a new story from Critical Role, and another from our third leg of homebrewed. So it's really really a fun thing we're trying to do. I think they were really inspired by Image issue 0 from the 90s, which, as indicated by the gray beard, I'm a 90s baby. So, like, yeah, or I guess an 80s baby, good God. But
I was gonna
I
say I
grew
was
up in
born
the 90s.
1995.
Yeah, I was 82. So, um, Image, when I was, coming of age, when I was first starting to, expand beyond Spider-Man and X-Men, Image was everything. Oh my gosh. And they're flipped out about Spawn and Savage Dragon, and then, you know, everything else wasn't really there for, but Savage Dragon especially holds a special place in my heart. I still love Eric Larson's artwork. Um, and but yeah, they did a thing where if you buy the first issue of all the Image titles, you get Image 0. So we're trying to recreate that with Homebrewed 0.
Yay! All right, and then we have the Ghost House Deluxe Edition, $25. Wait, is this how it was pronounced spelled last time?
Yeah. Ghost House. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm not crazy. Again.
Hause. Yeah, yeah. It's some kind of faux German thing. I don't get it, but the
Ah,
guy
okay.
the guy knows how to draw real
Mhm.
real nice.
I have a friend, I
So
have a few friends who are German, so I can see that.
he's actually a Brit. So, but
You fake German
I
Brit.
know, I know. Freaking breakfast bean eating wannabe
Ah, the
German
beans
dude.
for breakfast.
Also, like any if anyone in real life could possibly be Benny in disguise, our Bigfoot character, Ghost House is a fucking massive dude. I'm 6'1". I don't
Oh,
really feel too uncomfortable around other people. And like I didn't around Ghost House. He's a teddy bear of a guy, really nice guy. But oh my, like you kind of have to do this to talk to him. Super tall guy. It was to the point where just like he walked away and said, "Dan, he's tall." He's like, "Yeah."
I'm 4'11", so that happens to me all the
Oh,
time.
okay. That's yeah, yeah. So it's odd being in that like I'm comfortable tall. Like I don't have to ask for help at the store to get a can down.
I wish I
Um,
was comfortable
but
tall.
but also like I know my knees aren't going to be going out on me when I turn 45 because I'm
Yeah.
freakishly tall and I won't have like crazy joint pain. So six
Yeah.
one, that's what you want.
Oh, and apparently the Ghost House Deluxe Edition is limited, so there's only 250. So if you want to get the
Get
Ghost
on
House
that.
Edition, Chapter 3 Deluxe, you got to get on it. I'm watching all of
Absolutely.
you. And then we have is it Louis Thomas?
Louise Thomas.
Louise Thomas.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. It's a hollow foil edition. $35. Also limited to 150 units. Also two mini prints, and then the PDF of Hinagon. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we want to throw the goods at you. We want you to read these books. And oh my, like right now, I mean, the whole shebang is, we're ready to print. We just, when this funds, or is funded rather, but when this campaign is over, it's, then we can get down to brass tacks and start getting these things out. But oh my gosh, I'm so stoked for this campaign.
I am as well. Also, they are funded, right? The goal was
Yes,
3,000, around
absolutely.
3,000. Congratulations. Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're almost at 3,600 now. And yeah, so we just
Oh,
want
you're
eyes
at
on the book.
3,600.
Yeah. Oh shoot. I guess
It
somebody
must have
came in
gone
and
up.
yeah. So if that was one of y'all, thank you very much. I
But
hope.
it's some rando who was just looking at the website. I
So
will say
like,
that I've known about you guys and Bigfoot Knows Karate for a while
oh, for real?
now. I've always seen it in my For You page. I see it, people promote it on usually Twitter. And I was
Oh
like, oh,
yeah.
Bigfoot Knows Karate. Funny name. So I would have never expected to like see you guys team up with Homebrewed Comics and then interview you.
Well, I mean, Chris is just such a like a good dude, like all around. So when he came to Dan with the idea of like, hey, let's what are we doing? Let's just do this.
Exactly.
Dan came to me and was like, I'm thinking about maybe doing a thing with Homebrewed, and I was like, abso-freaking-lutely, let's go, come on, because Chris is he knows what he wants. He knows how to get it, and he freaking works. I'm really trying to curb my language here. I'm sorry. Um,
You're
I
good.
yeah, he really works hard, and I mean, I'm so impressed by his ability to just push, and Dan too. I mean, oh my God, like I said, I've learned so much from Dan. Um, and if I were to give any advice to folks that are, wanting to do indie comics, it's like you got to work your ass off.
Exactly.
Don't, talk to the right people, ask good questions, um, uh, you know, but you got to work your ass off. Uh, and yeah, so work your ass off. Number two, make sure the letters are good. Like nothing kills a book worse than bad lettering. So, but yeah.
I cannot deny that. Oh, I just realized this is the Homebrewed starter pack, $35. Oh, same price as the hollow foil one. So you get Bigfoot Knows Karate #1. You get Caspian Porter.
Yes,
You get
yes,
Celestial Knight, and then Physical Crit 1. Those are, oh, that's right. These are all on Homebrewed's website. So they're going to
absolutely,
be
yeah.
there.
So when we do the Homebrewed Zero, the Caspian Porter is going to be one of those stories in Homebrew Zero. Fantastic guy. I've only gotten to talk to him a few times, but really on top of his game. And I mean, honestly, anybody that Dan and Chris Saloff are over the moon about, like you need to listen because they know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Experience. Oh, and then here's what we were talking about. But the physical version for all of the issues of Bigfoot Knows Karate. So that includes the Hinagon regular edition, and then all the digital editions for $40. So you get 4 physical, 4 digital for $40. It's 8 right there if you're
And I
counting.
mean, that's like, I think at a con we charge like $10 a pop.
Oh,
So like, yeah, for the regular edition.
hmm
And so I mean, that's a steal right there because you don't even have to open it out of the thing. You can just look at the digital edition and keep your grubby mitts off of the physical. So
exactly. And then we have the Bigfoot Knows Karate 3 cover 4-pack, also signed
yes,
for $70. So it's all of issue 3s. all of issue threes, all of the covers for issue three signed, and then of course you get the digital edition as well.
Yes, yes.
I've always liked these. Is this a wrestling belt?
Yes,
Or
it is. It exists in real life. If you see us at a con, we will have that belt on display. We have had people, from all over the place want to take pictures with the belt, which, of course, take a picture with our belt. And also, look at our comic. Maybe you like it. Maybe you want to buy it. But yeah, Dan, Dan was like, I saw an ad for this thing, and I think I want to do it for the comic. And I was like, what do you want to do, Dan? And he was like, I want to get a wrestling belt. And I said, Dan, that is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard in my life. I think it'll go over like gangbusters at cons.
let's
So,
go.
so he got it, and I hope his wife was cool with it, because, but oh my gosh, it's got some heft to it. Like it could stop a burglar. This
Ooh.
thing, it's pretty heavy.
So I can
Um,
stop a burglar and just go
yeah, yeah, just whack him in the
be
head
like,
with
Bigfoot
it,
knows
and
karate.
yeah, and then sit down and read your issues of Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Exactly, exactly. And so that's the championship pack for
You
$450.
you really feel like a champion when you have that belt on. By the way, I've had it. Unfortunately, I did not take a picture. Um,
How could
but
you? You
yeah,
have all those options to do it at the cons. You never took a picture.
never, never.
You're slacking.
I know. It was that weekend that I was in Austin. I took maybe 10 pictures, like a jackass. But I was so like, we were so busy. Like that was another thing I learned from
That's
Dan. Like when you
good.
go to a con, you're at work, buddy. Like get
Hmm.
your ass out there, sell some books. Don't be a jerk to the people next to you on either side. Don't screw up anything for everybody. Hype your friends' tables up if you see somebody. If you go to the bathroom and you walk by and somebody's looking at a book, go like, "Oh, I got that issue. That's fantastic. You should read it." Absolutely hype your friends up. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, but it's everybody's kind of in the same boat, especially with indie comics. We don't have an infrastructure behind us that's pushing this stuff for us. We got
Hmm.
to go out there and do it, and it's comics are a team sport.
Yep.
They're absolutely a team sport. So be good to your buddies and let's do some cool shit.
Exactly. Self promotion is very difficult, and then the marketing and blah blah blah. I promote myself very very badly. That's why I'm not even at 500 subscribers, as you can see.
It's so hard. It's so hard to promote when like I think the biggest thing is you don't know how awesome you're able to do your thing, especially when it's like you're you're hosting a show on YouTube. You're experiencing it, you're not seeing it. So when you try to promote yourself, it feels disingenuous because the same person that just nailed an interview with somebody is also the same person that like woke up late and you know had to drive like a bat out of hell to get to work in the morning, and it's also the same person that it might be a little hungry because they're too busy doing other shit to take care of themselves. So it's hard to promote yourself, but
Oh, all the
you're
time.
worth it.
Exactly. You're worth it too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I will consistently promote my friends for literally
thank you.
any reason, but if for some reason I'm like, promote myself, I could have the option when I went to the Comic Con a few months ago. And then I was like, I have nothing. I should invest in those tiny little mics that people
Yeah,
can
yeah,
put on their clothing and do an interview. But then there was actually so much people from comics to novels, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed.
yeah.
I got anxiety now.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do
It's so
this.
weird. My wife is gets on to me all the time about not promoting, like, you make really good comics. You need to tell people about your comics. These people at, this comic shop or whatever need to know that you also do it, and they need to have your book in the store. And so, yeah, but you need somebody, like, it's good to have somebody like that in your life. It's like, cut the shit, man. You know what you're good at, go for it. So,
Exactly. We all need
yeah.
those people in our lives. You guys, whoever you are, whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can achieve it. Just do it, you know? You
Ex-
got
ex-
this.
exactly. With the Comic Jam, especially, one thing that the ethos behind it was like, we don't live in New York, we don't live in LA, we don't live anywhere where, like, a lot of us don't live anywhere where there are comic publishers. Nobody's going to tell us how to do it. So let let's just do it. Just
Right.
just make something.
Whether you
And
fail
you're
or
gonna
not, the failing is experience as well.
exactly. And also, like, sometimes, if it doesn't gel, you're learning something. If you eat
Mm,
shit and in your comic strip or whatever, like, this is for the jam, like, you've learned, like, oh, hey, that didn't work. How can I fix that? We have a lot of folks in the Comic Jam group that, are we can kind of confer with to, kind of figure out what we need to do, how we can do things better. And then, once you get a little bit more comfortable, like, let's make the full thing. Let's make a big thing. And
exactly.
we're at that make a big thing stage, and the goal is to delight our backers and give them something that they want to read. And I'm really hoping that you guys dig this.
And I am definitely delighted. I haven't even backed yet because
Awesome.
I'm now looking at this campaign. And then we have the review section. I'm so jealous of their thumbnails. They're actually really
Oh
good.
yeah, and we've been blessed by having some amazing folks just go, like, talk about the book, and it's so weird hearing people bring up stuff that you added, and you're like, I don't know if anybody will really dig this, but I'm gonna put this in there, and they bring up this tiny little tidbit. You're like, oh shit, they're paying attention. So yeah, that's fun. Somebody asked me about the swords in Hinnagon the other day, which,
Ooh.
in Japanese mythology there was, some stones that have, like, magical powers, and I'm not a mythologian or whatever,
Is that what they're called?
specifically. It's been a long day, but, I went on a deep dive about these stones and how we could kind of incorporate them into the book. And the blacksmith in the story, in the Hinnagon story, uh, builds these swords to fight this water dragon, and he incorporates the sea stones into these swords, and all of a sudden you have these swords that can cut through water. And
Ooh.
oh yeah, and that's how we eventually kick the sea dragon's ass. So hate to hate to spoil you guys, but, Bigfoot
How
does
could you?
live
That
till
thing's
the
probably
end.
like 50
Yeah,
years old.
yeah, exactly. I mean, he wasn't a nice guy. If it makes you feel any better, he was kind of a jerk. Um, but yeah, yeah. It's going into deep dives on stuff like this. It has been a thing that really is fun for me as a writer, because I can go into the research and go, like, oh, we can use this. We can do this. We can do something like this. We can incorporate this because back in issue 1 we talked about this offhandedly. So, go like I'll admit I go full ass nerd when I'm writing these, just going down the research hole. So
Well, if you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong.
exactly, exactly. Research is fun.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're like talking about something like kung fu and karate. How much do you know about kung fu karate? Tell me.
And so I was talking about Hinagon earlier. The next book that we do called God Killer, I've gone off the deep end on Norse mythology. So if y'all are into that, keep your
I
eyes
actually
open
do have a
and your
lot of people.
ears to the ground and all that good stuff. So after issue 3, um, I think it'll be after issue 3 has been delivered to all of our backers. That's when we'll go into this next campaign on Kickstarter. But right now, issue 3 is live on Kickstarter. Hit it up. It's fantastic.
Nice. All right. And then we're on to the creative team, which is literally just both of you.
Exactly, yeah. Dan Price and Casey Allen.
And then we go down, and then we go home brewed comics. And then, of course, we already interviewed
Chris
Christopher
Saloff.
a couple
Yeah.
times. So I wanted to ask, what made you guys want to get together? Was it the friendship, and how long have you been together now as co-oping?
For Homebrewed?
Hmm.
Oh, so that's a new development. That happened with what, 4 months ago, 5 months ago? I think it started at the beginning of the year. We were
Congrats!
with a really good bunch of guys called Lesser Known Comics. They got a ton of talent there, but our needs kind of shifted, and we wanted to get not only represented at conventions and stuff like that, but we wanted to find a way to make it into shops eventually. And
Oh,
the goal with Homebrewed is yeah, before world domination, we're going to get into a few comic shops. So
nice.
then world domination, but first comic shops. So
And you guys
um,
weren't with the publisher before, right?
it was kind of like a loose collective
Mm.
called Lesser Known, and it was literally just a whole bunch of other creators. And what they would do is they would, if we weren't able to be at a convention, they would sell issues of our comic at the table. And it was cool. It was neat being able to be represented in that manner, but we wanted a little bit more. So, and I think we're on the road to get there.
Yeah. Trust me, you guys got this. You guys are doing great. Oh, and then of course for the there's also a
Issue
featured
0.
one
Yeah.
which is new on StreamYard, not StreamYard, Kickstarter, which is the Bigfoot Knows Karate 1 through 3 plus the one shot of Hinagon for $40 just in case. And then over here we have the coupon mention again. Okay, yes. And then yeah, it tells you how to do it. Of course, comics Wellspring, awesome. I've heard great
CWS,
things from them.
fantastic. Yeah, and like if you're looking to get your books printed, like fantastic customer service. And they really like Dan is a stickler. Like since he works in publishing, Dan is a stickler for like quality.
Mhm.
And I mean these books just they look fantastic. The paper, the the the
I
thickness of
hear
the
the quality
paper.
of that paper.
Oh, I mean just yeah, just fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean you want that on a loop, right?
Hmm.
So, but yeah. CWS is a fantastic company. So
I agree. All right. And that was Bigfoot Knows Karate's chapters 1 through 3. Is it okay if I can play the video one more time for the newer people to
absolutely, the
tune in?
people need to know.
Yeah. I hate that I have to refresh the page. I did this another way somehow, and I don't know how I did that. Also, refresh, you turd. Why are you giving me issues now?
Would you like
Oh,
me
wait.
to enact the? I'll act it out. Like,
You're gonna be the Bigfoot and the rabbit, and then
so
Kung Fu Thulu.
yeah,
There we go. I got it. Stupid computer. I'm sorry, computer. I love
it's
you.
all good. Yeah, get your shit together, Kickstarter. Come on, you guys.
I don't know why it's been giving me so much trouble. It's either Kickstarter or it's StreamYard. Both of you get your act together. Because you just added a new form that I had to pay for. Now I have to pay to show comments on my screen when it used to be free. This is why people go to OBS. Ah! Oh, is it okay? Am I okay? You want to lag on me. That's what it is. There we
Oh,
go.
fun.
The computer's not old. Nobody can see me dancing behind the screen. There we go. So we have 22 days to go. That's a lot of time for this
Yeah,
Kickstarter. Oh,
absolutely. Don't sleep on it though, because it's fantastic. You're gonna get your money's worth. This book is like, I think it might be one of the most, like, from front to back, just action throughout, and it was we really wanted to find ways to push. We wanted to push the story. We answered a lot of questions in this, but I also wanted to make it so it wasn't like reading a Claremont X, like, I love Claremont X-Men, but it wasn't like a soap opera or something. Like, Claremont and the X-Men, like, you're sold already. You see those names, you're like, okay, yeah, he's gonna make it happen. You guys don't know me from Adam, so we got to make this shit work. And so the goal was to go, okay, let's make a really interesting comic, and let's let's make it worth it. Let's get some action going. So
and you guys could make that happen by backing the Bigfoot Knows Karate Kickstarter today.
absolutely, we're fully funded. We're just waiting on y'all. Fully funded. So you're going to get your book, but sign up. It's going to be a fun ride. It's issue 3 of 5, and it's really just a fun story. We have plans for Benny after this arc, but we got to get to issue 5 first, right? So
Right.
issue 3, baby, let's do it.
Are you guys planning to do a trade paperback?
Eventually, yes. I believe what we're going to do is we're going to go issues 1, 2, 3, and then Hinagon, and that'll be volume 1, and then issues 4 and 5, and then God Killer, and then
6.
another secret
Oh,
thing that I'm not. So it'll be 4 issues per volume, but
nice.
that's the eventual goal. But we got to get these made first. We gotta get the story going.
They already say it looks awesome possum right over here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, thank you for helping us, like, hype this up and get it out there, because
Yeah. I
it
have been wanting to get into it, so now I finally can.
absolutely. I hope you enjoy the story. I really do.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I plan on reviewing it someday. Chronic
Thank you,
illness
Black
is
Phoenix.
occurred. Yes,
Oh,
thank
I'm
you, Black
I'm sorry to
Phoenix.
hear that.
Yeah, you're good. It just takes me forever to do things, which is annoying, but I get them done when my in my own time.
I
Yay!
hear you. Yeah. So,
Patience is a virtue.
but yeah, you guys definitely check out the Kickstarter.
Mhm.
Black Phoenix 77, thank you very much. I hope that you get to check it out and read it one day because it's fantastic. You know, I'm the guy that wrote it says that, but trust me, it's good. Um, and I think you'll have a good time with it. Bigfoot Knows Karate. It is, the lonesome Bigfoot warrior who's getting pulled into a battle that he wants nothing to do with. Let's flippin' go.
Yes.
If you want blood and guts, we got it. If you want a fun story that not only delves into like what does it mean to be a good person? What does it mean to have committed atrocities and, you know, having a change of heart and kind of coming to terms with who you are? What does it mean to be a vehicle for destruction? Um, all those, everyday things. It's essentially like a slice of life.
Oh,
But
so
uh, absolutely. But yeah, we want to, have a deeper story than just a slobber knocker. But oh my gosh, it's a slobber knocker too.
I
It's
love
just
the
a fun thing to
phrase.
say.
All right, guys, we're going to end the stream here. Make sure you guys check out the campaign. It is in the description. Socials for Casey and for Dan are also in the description. I'll add more of the website and other socials after this. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for lurking. Thank you guys for supporting, like, and subscribing, all that jazz. And hopefully you have a nice day today. Make sure you get those.